Welcome everyone to the Whittier Regional Vocational Technical High School School Committee meeting. Legislation extending certain COVID-19 measures adopted during the state of emergency includes an extension until March 31st, 2023 of the remote meeting provisions. Per this extension, the public will not be allowed to physically access this school committee meeting. This meeting will be conducted hybrid. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, and justice for all. Public comment. Comments can be emailed in advance of the 6:30 p.m. start time to lran@whittier.tech.ma.us. All comments will be recorded to the record, and all attempts will be made to mention them live during the meeting. Any emails received during the meeting will be mentioned at the following meeting. Approval of minutes.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Mr. Tucker.
I move the approval of the school committee meeting of February 8th.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Roll call vote, Mr. Early,
Yes.
Mr. Noyce.
Yes.
Mr. Copicher,
Yes.
Mr. Tucker,
Yes.
Mr. James,
Yes.
Mr. True.
Yep.
Mr. Fitzgerald. Yes. Mr. Havel,
Yes.
Mr. Irving,
Yes.
Mr. Connor.
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, Mr. Tucker.
I move the approval of the minutes of the executive session meeting on same date.
Second.
Any questions or comments on that? Roll call vote, Mr. Early.
Yes.
Mr. Noyce.
Yes.
Mr. Copicher,
Yes.
Mr. Tucker,
Yes.
Mr. James.
Yes.
Mr. True.
Yes.
Mr. Fitzgerald. Yes. Mr. Haviland,
Yes.
Mr. Irving,
Yes.
Mr. Connor.
Yes.
Yeah. Treasurer's report. We have a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second. Any questions or comments? Okay, roll call. Mr. Early.
Yes.
Mr. Noyce.
Yes.
Copinger.
Yes.
Mr. Tucker.
Yes.
Mr. James.
Yes.
Mr. True.
Yes.
Fitzgerald.
Yes.
Mr. Haviland.
Yes.
Mr. Irving.
Aye.
And Ms. O'Connor.
Yes.
Thank you. Old business, there is no old business posted. Reports and communications. Taylor.
March 15th, 2023, March School Committee Report. Good evening, Mr. Chairman, Superintendent Lynch, and all other school committee members. Boys varsity basketball finished with a 10-10 record. This season, they played with the youngest roster that we've had in years. The boys qualified for the state tournament with the 29th seed. Whittier hosted a first-round playoff game, which we won. The boys traveled to Bourne High School, who was the 4th-ranked team in the state. The boys gave it their all, but came up short. Girls varsity basketball ended the season very strong, winning their last 5 games. The girls had a record of 8-12. The team is dominated by many freshmen, making the future look bright. Wrestling has a varsity dual record of 14-6. They are the 2023 CAC League runners, 2023 Travis Yell dual tournament runners-up, and 2023 Division II North Sectional runners-up. We had 2 MA Division II state semifinalists and a 3rd and 6th place in D2 states. Hockey had an outstanding season. They finished with an 11-9 record and made it the furthest this team has ever gone since the 90s. They won the Cal and made it to round 3 states. They also made it to the state Elite 8, where they played Nantucket and lost 1-0. Whittier was also nominated for a sportsmanship award. Cheerleading had a great winter season. They placed first in their division at CACs. They progressed to regionals where they placed 4th. Skills USA has 189 students registered to take the District 4 Skills USA qualifying exam tomorrow. Students will come to school and go directly to the auditorium for a short opening ceremony and then go to the 4th floor while they will take the exam on their iPads. The top 3 students in the district are recognized with a gold, silver, or bronze medal. The gold and silver medalists qualify for the Skills USA State Leadership Conference, which takes place April 27th through the 29th at the Best Western in Marlborough. There's a pep rally in the works for Tuesday, March 21st, 8th period, to celebrate all of our champions, as well as those who have qualified to move to the state conference. Multicultural Club recognized our cleaning personnel by offering a chocolate gift and appreciation card in Spanish. We also took part in the morning show by announcing the significance of Dominican Independence Day. We are now preparing club t-shirts to wear on our field trip in April. Key Club finished filling out 210 St. Patrick's Day cards to be handed out in Newburyport, Salisbury, and Amesbury. We will begin making Easter cards next week. United Nations will be attending a conference on Friday, March 17th at Northeastern University. The debate, sponsored by the UN Association of Greater Boston, will focus on mental health. In addition, we will soon begin preparations for the UMass Lowell Conference in April. Peer Leadership helped coordinate and prepare to help out DECA with their Bear Keychains event. Members helped with distributions and sales. Interact Club is working on Easter cards for area nursing homes. 3 seniors will be going to the Rotary Luncheon at Haverhill Country Club to report on our community projects this year and answer any questions. Chess Club gained 8 new members so far this month. We are excited to have a new tournament starting next week and hope to compete against other schools in the future. Student government is hard at work on our first student faculty basketball game to be held on Thursday, March 16th at 2. We are excited to see our athletes compete with our staff. We are also working on tightening up our election procedures and thinking ahead to Teacher Appreciation Week in May. DEPA had a very successful fundraiser, selling Teddy keychains with notes for Valentine's Day. We are continuing to recruit people and raise awareness about DECA. Robotics students are meeting once or twice a week with up to 10 members. Environmental Club is continuing their project on tree identification. We have finished creating the tree signs and we are now working on our website and waiting for CAD to print the signs. Last week, we set up our mini worm farm to demonstrate decomposition. Ski Club headed to Pat's Peak last week for the last ski trip of the season. It was a great season for the club as we had over 40 students on every trip. Drama Club's presentation of Mamma Mia opens this Friday in the Whittier Tech Auditorium. Performances are March 17th and 18th at 7 and March 19th at 2. Any school committee members that attend will receive their admission for free. Art Club has about 30 members meeting every week. Students are working on painting, drawing, and pottery. Yearbook Club is about 85% done with the yearbook. We are on track to hit the March 31st deadline for the final submission. Poetry is planning a few fun things for National Poetry Month in April, such as Poem in Your Pocket Day. Peer-to-peer joined the Multicultural Club for a bystander intervention presentation. Peer-to-peer will host an awareness table and also host a Socks and Crocs Day on Friday, March 31st to bring awareness to autism. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any questions?
Skills USA.
What was that?
You're doing Skills USA.
Yes, I'm taking the test and competing in cabinet. Yeah, cabinet making.
Yeah, I saw it on Instagram.
Really? Yeah.
Great. Good luck.
Thank you.
Big day tomorrow.
Yeah.
It is.
Thank you. Superintendent's report, Ms. Lynch.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. Tonight before you, I have personnel action of a security officer, 2 cafeteria helpers. Our February vacation boot camp, we had 63 students attend our February vacation boot camp, which I think that's fabulous. Our ELA grade 10 spring MCAS after school program. Our equity, diversity and inclusion coordinator. Our CBT admissions data team, this is a grant. And so these are many of our guidance counselors and teachers that will be working on this. Spring coaches, if you can believe it, spring season starts after a big snowstorm next Monday. And then this is to notify you about resignations of an electrical instructor, a van driver, and 4 equity, diversity, and inclusion outreach coordinators. As you know, we held a budget workshop this evening and discussed the budget, which contained a 4.8% increase. The public hearing for the FY24 budget is scheduled for April 12th at 6:25 p.m. An MCAS update on March 8th and 9th, we administered the ELA retest to one student, and on March 14th and 15th, we administered the math retest to 2 students. We're currently running a free ELA MCAS after-school program for sophomores to prepare for the ELA MCAS, which will be administered on March 28th and 29th. And again, the Skills USA exam will be administered on Thursday, March 16th, and there are 190 students taking the exam. School building update. As you know, we're moving forward with the process. One of the things I would like to bring to your attention is a construction laborer program and pursuing that Chapter 74 program. It takes a while to become approved for a program. So one of the things with MSBA is for us to put that out to the committee to get your approval for us to pursue that program. And so what would happen is we would have an exploratory program for next year. It would take a full year for the Department of Ed to approve that program. And then hopefully be able to enroll freshmen next year after their exploratory program for the following year. So I do need a motion to pursue a Chapter 74 application to begin an exploratory program in construction craft labor.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I move to approve recommendation of the superintendent for new vocational Chapter 74 program.
Second. Second. There any questions or comments on this?
Maureen, where would it be housed?
In our masonry program. I can tell you that when we're talking about the needs of a labor force, we continue to hear about the need for construction laborers. So that's our main push is, and that is our charter here, right, is to make sure that we provide a workforce for our area.
I just worked with Truth here.
Yeah. in masonry.
It's true.
I'm just wondering, so when you get together an advisory board for that shop, would that happen the summer before it
Yes,
becomes a legitimate,
right.
not non-exploratory?
Right, so as soon as you give me the go ahead to move forward with it, we start getting the process started.
Anybody else?
I'm kind of surprised we don't have one already using the carpentry and masonry and have that now. This is gonna be a program that's gonna combine some of these,
Yes,
so they'll be super construction people.
Jack of all trades.
Yes.
Come and tell you about them.
All right, I'm just curious how you're gonna interact with the different disciplines and then have another class for
right.
top students.
Okay, roll call vote. Mr. Early.
Yes.
Mr. Noyce.
Yes.
Ms. Coppinger.
Yes.
Mr. Tucker.
Yes.
Mr. James.
Yes.
Mr. True.
Yes.
Mr. Fitzgerald. Yes. Mr. O'Connor. Mr. Havlin.
Yes.
Mr. Irving.
Aye.
Ms. O'Connor.
yes,
Thank you.
So I do need one more vote today. And this came up in my school building committee meeting. When we originally were looking at a building, we were looking at a building to increase our enrollment to 1,400. But because of the cost that would become of a 1,400 building, not only the capital assessment, but the assessment per student for our districts, as a school building committee decided to stay with 1280 and same size our school. Just because we knew it would be a real burden to our communities to get any bigger, both capital and per student. So I would like a vote from the school committee that you as well approve of us moving forward with a 1280 student population.
so moved.
Do you have a second? Started. Questions, comments?
So it's not gonna be 1,400, it's gonna be 1,280?
Yes.
We voted on 1280 in the building.
School building committee
Yes,
voted
yes, it's
that.
just a
Yeah.
school committee vote
Yes,
in addition to that.
yes.
Now, are the towns around us, are the schools growing as far as the number of people moving to these towns, or they're still growing, so we could have room for growth? Or
Well,
would we still be hurting the town?
like I said, when we went through my presentation today, every city and town's student
down.
is going down, yeah.
Oh, it's going down.
Just down,
Right.
yeah.
And it would really hurt them if we became bigger
Yeah.
and they're getting smaller.
Right.
The only one that went up was Haverhill,
And
one of
even-
them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Thank
even
you.
then, they was minimal, yeah.
Thanks, Lee.
Guess which one. Excuse me, Lori. How many students do we turn away a year?
A lot.
Too many.
Yeah, too many. You know, I'd be hard pressed to give you a hard number. I'd probably say about 150.
So
Finish
if
the
they're going
application.
down, they should have extra money they can give us to fund the students that we're having to turn away.
Yeah, I mean, my original thought through this whole process was, I'm gonna make the building and every student that applies is gonna get accepted, right? So
Not
two
gonna
thousand students, let's just do it. Desi said, absolutely not, you're crazy. And we worked our way to 1,400, but when you really do the numbers, it would really be difficult for us to have a path forward if our building became bigger.
Well, I think we finally hit the point in the state where the state's gonna have to step up and
Yes,
do something about vocational schools.
yes.
We
I
hope.
agree,
We hope.
I agree.
Okay,
Because they also more talk now about admissions and
Mhm.
changing the whole admissions code again. There's a lawsuit. Apparently,
Yeah, I mean, it's an activist group that has put
That's
forth
what-
that,
well-
yeah. I can tell you, we here spend a lot of time doing admissions. We've spent a lot of time doing professional development and training. I feel like we really try to be as equitable as we possibly can. You know.
or self-report.
Mhm.
okay, so we have a motion. More comments, questions? Roll call vote. Mr. Early,
Yes.
Mr. Noyce.
Yes.
Ms. Cooper.
Yes.
Mr. Tucker.
Yes.
Mr. James.
Yes.
It's true.
Yeah.
Mr. Fitzgerald.
Yes.
Mr. O'Connor.
Yes.
Mr. Havlin.
Yes,
Mr. Irving.
yes,
Mr. O'Connor.
Yes.
Okay.
So just a brief update on Thursday, February 9th, the culinary department put on an amazing luncheon at the Georgetown Senior Center. The food was amazing. The company was amazing. Mr. Leganis went with me. It was an amazing event, and actually the superintendent of Georgetown came down as well and had lunch. On Monday, February 13th, I attended the Merrimack Valley Chamber of Commerce breakfast. Actually, that was a snow day because I remember going, it's snowing and I'm driving here, but Congresswoman Trahan and Congressman Moulton were there providing an update on the federal legislation. On Monday, February 13th, Representative South Moulton and Representative Laura Trahan, Senator Barry Feingold, Senator Pavel Payano, Representative Ryan Hamilton, Representative Kristen Kasner, and Representative Ariana Ramos, and Representative Andy Vargas, the Mayor of Haverhill, James Ferrantini, and Mayor of Newburyport, Sean Reardon, took a tour through Whittier Tech. We talked about MSBA funding and how difficult it is. We talked about the needs of vocational education in our area. We had a nice luncheon. It was an opportunity for us all to kind of say, this is what's going on. This is the fiscal concerns. Can you give us some help? And we figure the more we can have them here and to have those discussions along with our municipal leaders, I think that will be benefit to Whittier Tech. On Tuesday, on Valentine's Day, February 14th, Kara Cosmas and I attended the Merrimack Finance Committee meeting. On Wednesday, February 15th, March 1st, and today I attended the Whittier's weekly executive project meetings. And on Monday, March 13th, I attended the West Newbury Board of Selectmen meeting with Kara Cosmas. We're able to give a brief update about the school building project and about Whittier Tech and about our budget process. I'm looking to establish a scholarship. According to school committee policy manual, scholarships are accepted by the school committee. Dr. Sharma of Georgetown Family Dentistry is offering a $1,000 scholarship for a graduating class of 2023. The student must be in a dental assisting program, should have hopes of going into the dental profession, and is looking to further their dental career by attending a 4-year program. I would like to thank Dr. Sharma of Georgetown Family Dentistry for this very generous scholarship.
Move to accept with gratitude.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Roll call vote. Mr. Early.
Yes.
Mr. Noyce.
Yes.
Scopinger.
Yes.
Mr. Tucker.
Yes.
Mr. James.
Yes.
Mr. True.
Yeah.
Mr. Fitzgerald.
Yes.
Mr. O'Connor.
Yes.
Mr. Havlin.
Yes.
Mr. Irving.
Aye.
Mr. O'Connor.
yes,
That is all I have for you tonight.
Principals report. Mr. Legans.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, Superintendent Lynch, and the rest of the school committee members. I just want to say that we talked about the sports and the successes of the winter sports, but I also want to congratulate all the student athletes and the coaches for a phenomenal job in the class that they show every time they're out there. The winter sports banquet was also a success. On Tuesday, we had that last Tuesday, March 7th. And I want to thank the Booster Club, and special thanks goes out to Heather Russo, Cheryl Began, our security manager, for serving food, and also Janice McNulty, the president of the crew, for the time and work they put into setting up these positive events for our students and collecting all that money for them. So again, a shout out goes out to them. If you can believe it, like Superintendent Lynch said, on Monday, March 20th, we start our spring sports, so hopefully we'll have some melt out there in the fields. We'll see if Mother Nature will comply with us. Also, the Skills USA, just a few things that you heard, the online testing event will take place at Whittier. And Jane Muskovich, who runs the Skills USA, who's phenomenal. The leaders of the Skills USA, they have a great experience for our students tomorrow. They start with an opening ceremony in the auditorium and the post-test, and students will be surprised with something that we have for them, some food and some refreshments for you. On March 21st, there'll be a Skills USA pep rally as well. So we're just, it's going to be a blast. We haven't had a pep rally, I think, since it was warm out here in the fall. So we're going to have a pep rally for our Skills USA. And then those are the qualifiers that will move on to the State Leadership Conference, April 27th to the 29th. So that sounds fun. Thursday, that's tomorrow. You heard we're having our first ever student faculty basketball game. The student government leaders and advisors have organized this fun event. I'm hoping for our trainer to stay there for so no one gets hurt. But hopefully we'll see what happens tomorrow. And then also,
What time is that?
that's after school. At like around 2 o'clock, they're gonna assemble down there, and 2:05, whenever the bell rings, 2:03, and they're all gonna get down there for a little basketball game. Should be a fun time. And it'll be fun to watch. Week two freshmen, again, another exciting thing. They started today in their shops. So that's pretty cool that they went in today. And then also pencil in time for the spring musical. Mamma Mia performance dates. That's Friday, the 17th at 7 o'clock this Friday, Saturday at 7 o'clock, and then on Sunday at 2 p.m. And it says, please get your tickets, school store, $8 or $10 at the door, and hopefully we'll see you there. Fun production. The guidance team is wrapping up. They're wrapping up all their interviews this week for the incoming freshmen. And again, if you can believe it, decisions are going to be made by the end of the month, according to the guidance team. And also be on the lookout in my info updates for senior graduation activities. And just a kind of an FYI, the prom is Tuesday, May 30th. And also graduation date is that Thursday, June 1st. So just pencil that. But we'll have a whole section on senior class activities in the info updates. That's all I have for you today.
Any questions for the principal?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Business manager, Kara Cosmos.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, Superintendent Lynn, members of the committee. I have a couple of things for you this evening. You heard the superintendent refer earlier to an anomatage table, and I have a bid result for you. That is an electronic virtual dissection system, and that will be used in our health assisting programs as well as our anatomy classes. That was awarded to the sole bidder in the amount of $105,040. And it was funded through the Mass Skills Capital Grant. The second thing I'd like to announce is that we received certification on February 16th of our excess and deficiency, and the amount for FY '22 is $1,125,775. And that is what I have for you this evening.
Any questions for Karen?
No, just a comment on
Comment?
frogs and formaldehyde, yay. That is.
Thank you. Committee chairperson. School committee self-evaluation. We need to get these in to Lisa. The sooner the better, but no later than April 3rd, so she can put everything together for next month. And at the same time, we also need to get the state ethics training done. And those are on, it's on the Google.
I had trouble.
Yeah, there was an issue with it, so
Yeah,
you're
I-
gonna have to give it another shot.
I put it on
Well,
home computer.
and you're able to get it through that.
worked better, yeah.
Okay.
This, like, didn't even.
April annual agenda items. Reorganization of the committee. Review of annual agenda. Review of school committee goals. And the variance analysis. Subcommittee reports, executive. Need a motion to accept the minutes of the February 8th. Some minutes. Second. Any questions or comments on that? Roll call vote. Mr. Early.
Yes.
Mr. Noyce.
Yes.
Sculpture.
Yes.
Mr. Tucker.
Yes.
Mr. James.
Yes.
It's true.
Yes.
Mr. Fitzgerald.
Yes.
Mr. O'Connor.
Yes.
Mr. Havlin.
Yes.
Mr. Irving.
Aye.
Ms. O'Connor.
yes,
Okay. Instructional personnel.
We have not met.
Okay. Plan operations, Mr. Tucker.
Has not met. They will probably need to meet to elect a new chairman.
Okay.
Thank you, Paul.
Salary negotiations, Mr. Early.
We did meet and we'll be talking about an executive session.
We need a motion to accept the minutes.
So moved. Second.
Any questions or comments?
No.
Roll call vote, Mr. Early.
Yes.
Mr. Nice.
Yes.
Mr. Copinger.
Yes.
Mr. Tucker.
Yes.
Mr. James.
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah.
Mr. Fitzgerald.
Yes.
Mr. O'Connor. Mr. Havlin.
Yes.
Mr. Irving.
Aye.
Ms. O'Connor.
yes,
Policy, Mr. Irving.
We have not met, but I believe we're going to need a meeting. Has Lisa, have you been able to look at any of those?
Yeah.
There's a lot.
There's a lot to look at.
All right, we're going to be kind of busy on the 12th, but I'm wondering if we could go to later in the month on a Wednesday, like the 26th. Before the next meeting,
I'm
or
not
just
sure. We'll
wait till
have-
the next meeting early.
I'm not sure we'll have it done for the next meeting. I think there's 30 policies.
Yeah, some of them, I think some of them are repeats we may have done. But they've got, they're about 3 different categories they fall into, so we're gonna have to kind of look at it. So do you want to wait till the May meeting?
Yes.
All right, so do you,
Wait till
what time do you think, 6 o'clock, May meeting, or 5:30?
5:30.
All right, so It'll be 5:30 on May 17th. No, May 10th.
Okay.
5:30 on May 10th, right?
Mhm.
Other than that, I think we're good.
Okay. Meeting dates. The annual reorganization meeting is April 12th at 6:15 PM. The public hearing on the FY 24 budget is April 12th at 6:25 PM. The regular school committee meeting, April 12th at 6:30 PM. And we have the policy meeting, May 10th at 5:30 PM. Any questions on the meetings? Okay.
Is that the dinner?
Yeah, when is the? Sorry, I'm gonna-
5 o'clock.
Okay. So
We'll send you a separate invitation.
Thank you.
No, we did get one. I didn't open it yet. Okay, so
Thank you.
5 PM is the dinner. Okay,
Yeah.
thanks.
New business, there is no new business. Oh,
I have some.
nope, you do. I think
So
we have-
this is the last meeting for Mr. Tucker. No, it doesn't have your picture on it. I know, we're all excited. We're having an issue with getting the picture, but I really, I want to thank you for, you've been here since July 1994. So, that's a lot of volunteer hours. That's a lot of work. Think about all the kids you've made an impact on that have come through Whittier Tech that you've helped serve and where the school was in 1994 and where it is now. And that's a lot
difference.
because of your hard work. And thank you for being so wonderful to me as a new superintendent. You were always somebody I could call and you would listen and you would provide me some guidance. So I just really want to thank you so much for your work for Whittier Tech and for Whittier Tech kids. So I have a little,
What are you gonna nail that to the flagpole?
no, this is for you to take home.
Oh,
And then when we do get the actual picture for you, we'd love for you to come back and provide you something at that point, but.
you want me to use the picture from my old driver's license? And accept it?
That's the one I'm gonna use when I retire. No. So congratulations,
I
thank you.
very much. I appreciate it. And I just would like to say that you've all been very supportive and helpful, but I want to give a special shout out to Dick Early, who over the years has really put everything he's got into the school. And on several occasions, he's come to Merrimack to support me when I was talking to my constituents. So he's looking out for all the students in this school as I am. I'm looking at all 1,300 students. I'm not looking at 10 and 12. So I think we keep on in that spirit.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you very much for your service, Paul.
Thank you, Paul.
29 years.
We're gonna miss you.
Yeah,
I've only been here.
a lifetime.
What are you gonna do the second Wednesday of every month now? Watch the school committee meeting from home?
You invite a respectable alumni to your April dinner.
Sure.
You want
Thank
to
you all.
introduce the new Merrimack?
Oh, I'm sorry,
Thank you.
George. It's the new replacement for me. Oh, gonna be in here. Be taking
Thank
over
you,
the
George.
chair.
All right, see you next month.
Busy moment.
Yeah.
Thank you again.
Wait, start with the dinner.
Is there any more new business?
Sorry to surprise you on that one. I live by the no surprises, but I was like, oh, I can't let this opportunity pass me by.
All right. Executive session. I need a motion to enter into an executive session to discuss strategy with respect to litigation and conduct contract negotiations with non-union personnel, the principal and the coordinator of data assessment. as an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the bargaining position of the committee, and upon completion of the executive session, will return to open session. So moves. Do we have a second?
Second.
Mr. Early,
Yes.
Mr. Noyce.
Yes.
Ms. Copinger,
Yes.
Mr. Tucker,
Yes.
Mr. James,
Yes.
Mr. True,
Yes.
Mr. Fitzgerald. Yes. Mr. O'Connor.
Yes.
Mr. Haviland,
Yes.
Mr. Irving,
Yes.
Ms. O'Connor.
Yes.
We've returned from executive session. We had to conduct contract negotiations with non-union personnel, Principal Aganis. Title change to assistant, to principal, assistant superintendent. 3% increase and a 5-year contract. Need a motion to approve that. So move. With a second. Any questions or comments? Roll call vote, Mr. Early.
Yes.
Mr. Noyce.
Yes.
Ms. Copinger.
Yes.
Mr. Tucker.
Yes.
Mr. James.
Yes.
Ms. True.
Yes.
Mr. Fitzgerald.
Yes.
Mr. O'Connor.
Yes.
Mr. Haviland.
Yes.
Mr. Irving.
Yes.
Ms. O'Connor.
Yes.
Okay. We also had contract negotiations for the coordinator of data assessment, Katrina Jensen. Was a title change, 3% increase in a three-year contract. Do we have a motion to approve? So moved.
Second.
Okay, any questions, comments on that? Roll call vote, Mr. Irving,
Yes.
Early rather.
Yes.
Mr. Noyce.
Yes.
Mr. Copinger.
Yes.
Mr. Tucker.
Yes.
Mr. James.
Yes.
Mr. True.
Yes.
Mr. Fitzgerald.
Yes.
Mr. O'Connor.
Yes.
Mr. Haviland.
Yes.
Mr. Irving.
Aye.
Ms. O'Connor.
Yes.
Okay.
Make a
Thank you.
motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Mr. Early,
Yes.
Mr. Noyce.
Yes.
Mr. Copinger.
Yes.
Mr. Tucker,
No.
Mr. James,
Yes.
Mr. True,
Yes.
Mr. Fitzgerald,
Yes.
Mr. O'Connor,
Yes.
Mr. Haviland,
Yes.
Mr. Irving,
Yes.
Ms. O'Connor.
Yes.
Okay, thank you, everybody.
There we
Thank
go.
you.
Good luck.